Hello and welcome back to PA Academy. So this is Isometric drawing 23. So if you missed the previous parts of this video, we've looked at 22 so far. This is the 23rd drawing we are going to be looking at under Isometric drawing. And right now we are going to be replicating what we are having here. So if you look at this drawing closely, you see that we are having a rectangular block with a cylinder on top. So before I start drawing this, I want to ask you a question. So if I were you, or if you had to draw this, which one do you think you are going to start with? Are you going to start with the cylinder on top, or you are going to start with the rectangle? Let me know. What do you think in 3 seconds? So which one are you going to start with? Let me know. Just leave what you think, what you are going to be starting with in the comment section below. If you are going to be drawing the rectangular block first, or you are going to be drawing the cylinder first. Alright, so I believe you've typed in your answer. Alright, so this is my own verdict. You can start from anyone. That's what I think. You can decide to draw the cylinder first, and then you find your way around around the rectangular block, or you draw the rectangular block first and then the cylinder. But anyway, we are going to be doing this in this video. So if you are new here, or you are yet to subscribe to PA Academy, please consider subscribing. It's absolutely free to subscribe. You find the subscribe button at the lower right of your screen, just down there. Just click on that subscribe button. Alright, so thank you very much. So now let's start. So personally, I'll be starting with this rectangular block, then we'll be drawing the cylinder that is on it. So to start with, I'll be drawing my vertical line. Yeah, so let's do that. And it's important to know that when you are drawing this, we are going to be doing a lot of thin lines and stuff like that. So make sure your work is always neat. So let me draw the vertical line, since we already have the horizontal line. So we note the point of intersection, which is right here. And if you have been following this video since the first one, since introduction, the last 23 videos, do let me know, how many of these videos have you practiced. Remember, I said it's not about just watching it alone. You also have to put your pencil to paper, bring out your tools, and then you start constructing all what you've been doing so far. That is the best way you can learn all these things. Alright, so now we've been able to get our 30 degrees. So let's take some measurements. So the length from here to here is 50 millimeter, while from here to here is 90, and then the height of this rectangular block is I think 10. Yeah, it's 10 millimeter. How did I skip that? I didn't indicate it here. Alright, so let's take some measurements. And then right here is 50 millimeter. So this is 50, and then the next one is 90. And this is 90. Alright, so I bring back the set square. Okay, so from where we have this 90, so we'll do the same thing here. So from this point, so I'm going to draw this line. Remember, this line just stops here and it stops here, but right now we cannot say that this is where to stop and this is where to stop. So I'll just draw it with a faint line. And then this, you can go ahead to make it smooth. So let me make some of the lines bold. So one thing about isometric drawing is you can see this line from here to here, this was the only one we measured, from here to here to be 50 millimeter. But if you look at this other ones too, it's giving us the same 50 millimeter, and this is also giving us 50 millimeter, even without measuring it directly. And that's the beauty of isometric projection. So if your projection is right and everything, that is what you get accurate results. So that's why I always say make sure your set square and your t-square are properly placed, because that's most of the errors that you get if you're not getting those kind of results are due to poor placement of some of these things, of your set square and your t-square especially. So let me make this. So drawing the block is, the rectangular block is not hard at all. Even though we looked at it at the beginning of, some of the things we looked at the beginning, how to draw a rectangular block in isometric projection. So if you want to also see that, you can just check the description. I'll leave a link to those videos. So now we have our rectangular block. The next thing is for us to have this cylinder at the top. So one thing we have to first of all know is the center of this cylinder itself. And for us to get that, if you look at the dimensions we have here, we are told that from here, now this is the center itself. I was able to locate the center. Note, you might come across something like this in a book, or maybe you're asked to draw it. All these things will not be shown. You will not even be told the center of the cylinder, but from the dimensions, you have to get it. So if we are told that from here to here is 25 millimeter, and then from here to here is also 25. So let's do that and see what happens. So let me measure it. So 25 millimeter, that's 2.5. So this is 2.5 right here. And this is another 2.5. So by the time we draw those lines, their point of intersection would give us the center of that cylinder itself. So this time around, I'm going to be using faint lines, I hope you can see it. Oh, okay, let me just make it more bold. So I don't think it's appearing properly on this. So let me just, so that you can see it. So from the point of intersection right here, come in, let me see, let me move. Okay, so let me put my board in this position. I believe, so this is it here, the point of intersection here, that represents the center, and this is it right here. This is it right here, the center. So the next thing for us is, now look at this the cylinder. We are told that the diameter is what? Is 40 millimeter. That's 4 centimeter. The diameter of the cylinder. So that means from the center, from the center of this point here, we are going to, that's 2 centimeter, or the 20 millimeter, same thing on the other side and on both sides. So this is it, 2 and 2 here. That will give us that 40, and then I'm also going to do the same thing here. So if the diameter is 40, that means the radius is going to be 20. So with those points that I've just marked, I'll bring back my set square and my t-square. So remember that all these lines are meant to be faint lines, very, very faint. Just like the one you have here, you can see, you can't really see it. It's not very bold, but I'm making this bold so that you don't get lost. so that you can still see the lines. So what this particular thing means is that you see from here to here to here, it represents the base of the cylinder, the base of the cylinder. That means it's on this portion is where the cylinder is sitting. I hope that makes sense. So the next thing I'm going to do is, what I'm having here, I'm going to replicate it with a height of 30 millimeter, which is the height of the cylinder itself. I'm going to replicate it with the height of 3 centimeter. So what I will do is this. So from this point, which represents the center, since it's the same thing right here, I'll take it up, and from there I'll measure 30 millimeter. So this is 30. So this like this, and this is like this. So now let me just measure the diameter of the circle, which is 40, and I'll also locate the center of it at the same time. So if you have watched the last 2 videos, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Measure the diameter and then you locate the center of the lines. So what I can as well project it to get, instead of using the ruler, but I'm trying to reduce the number of lines I'll be having on this particular drawing so that it won't look too rough. And since I'm making the lines visible so that you can see it, so I don't want to have too many lines. Alright, since I've been able to have those points, so I'll bring back my set square. Okay. Alright, so now having noted those points, we can go ahead and draw our V and the inverted V. So if you are finding value in this video, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know if you are really finding value in it. Like this. And remember, I said the V will be from the angle that is the obtuse, which is more than 90. Alright, so let's note the point of intersection of the two V. So now let's bring in the compass. So I believe you know what we are going to do by now. So place it here, and then you adjust it to this point. So you can see here and here we connect it together. So we're on opposite side, on the other side from here. So you're going to join these points and those points. Alright, so now let's get the other part. So from here, from the intersection of the V's, so from here, so you place the tip of your compass on this point and then you connect this to this. So if you still don't know how to draw a circle in isometric drawing or isometric circle, I've done a video. I think that's video 20. Am I right? Yeah, just check isometric drawing 20. That video explained how to draw a circle. So already have it for that side. Then we'll do the same thing here. Okay, so just make sure your compass is properly gripped on your book, so that to avoid what just happened. So the video I said I did how to draw a circle in isometric projection, that's video 21, not video 20. So if you check the description of this video, you'll find the link to that. So we've been able to do that of the top. So now we've been able to do that of the top. So now let's remember the height of this particular drawing is what? It's 30 millimeters. So what we are going to do is this. So from here to here, you draw a faint line across it. So from this end, we are going to use our set square to get the vertical line so that we can get the height of the cylinder. So the cylinder is height of 30 millimeters. So this is it to this point. Right there. Is the 30 millimeters. So now for us to get the second half of the top, so let's have it at the base, which is just this part. And remember, we've done something similar like this in video. When we look at this is 22, that's the previous video. So we are going to apply the same principle we applied for us, that made us get this particular part. I hope you remember this. So this is video 21. This one is 22. In case you miss it, everything is in the description of this particular video. So for us to do it, I said from those 5 points, from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we are going to draw vertical lines from those points. So you bring in your set square and your T-square. So make sure the lines is exactly the 3 centimeter or maybe a little more than. So 3 centimeters, which is the height. 3 centimeter is same as 30 millimeter. So I've noted those points. So let me just note where 30 millimeter is on those lines. So this is 1. This one is another one. This is 3. And then, all right. So those points that made us to get the lower part, we trace it out. So let's start with this. Remember, when we place our compass here and then we extend it to this point, that's what gave rise to this particular line. So now we'll take it down by 3 centimeter, which is 30 millimeter. That is the height of the cylinder. So this is the point. So by the time we take it down, it will allow us to connect from here to this point. So let's do that. So now let's get this other part. So let me know if you are finding value in this video. Please give it a thumbs up and also subscribe if you are yet to. Now remember, for us to get this other part, we place our compass here. Place our compass here. So, and then we adjust it to this length. So the compass was here, and then we extend it to this for we can get this length. So with the same, you can see from here. So once you get to the same length, you go down by 3 centimeters, and we've marked it to be this point. So from here, so you adjust it to make sure those two lines connect. So with that, we've been able to do that of this side. So the same thing applies here. It was from this particular point we got this. So 3 centimeters down, that's 30 millimeters. This is it, which is the height. All right. So you can see with this, we've been able to replicate this isometric drawing. We've been able to, now it means one more thing. So now that we've already have our cylinder sitting on this rectangular block, so now we can go ahead and draw this side of the line. Remember, we are not going to draw it fully. We will draw it earlier with a faint line. Since we know the portion that we need, so that'll be from here to here. You make it, you can now make it bold. And then from here to here. So this is it. We've been able to replicate this. This is it right here. The flash is making this part look too light. So I hope you find value in this. Please let me know if you find value. Give it a thumbs up. If you have any question, any comments with regards to this video, do leave them in the comment section below. And importantly, if you are looking at this particular drawing, let me move it here. If you can see that there are a lot of you can really see a lot of lines here and there, but if you look at this particular one, you can see that you can barely see. There are a lot of, the lines are very faint, just the rectangular block and the cylinder alone. But right here, I made it so that you can see where I'm picking the lines and picking the points from. So when you are doing yours, just make sure that the lines are very faint. The only thing that should be very bold is the rectangular block itself and then the cylinder. So let me just quickly add the dimensions. So let me just quickly go ahead and hide the dimensions. Alright guys, so that is it. With that, I'll see you in the next one. It remains one more video to go. That's isometric drawing 24. So we are going to be looking at this. Alright, so I'll see you in the 24. Please subscribe if you are yet to. Thank you very much from PE Academy.